everybody, P2MG here. I wanted to make sort of a different video today where I am theory, thinking, building, crafting, whatever. This is my Vindicta build, and something you'll see is I don't have any like survival items, right? I mean, leeches, that's just lifesteal, but you'll see in most Vindicta builds, like let's say if I go over here and I just click, this build, there's a counter spell here. They got reactive barrier. There's indomitable. There's a lot of times where you'll see those items in Vindicta builds, and especially counterspell, because of the prevalence of items such as knockdown. And my theory is that you actually should never build any of these items. There are two reasons why I think you should never build them. Number one is that I think that Vindicta is more of a glass cannon character, and you should really just focus on damage. You should kill them before they can kill you. Number two is that, so items like Counterspell, Warpstone, etc., anything that'll help you live longer, a lot of the time it just makes it so that whenever I get jumped or attacked as Vindicta, I'm dead anyways. It doesn't matter if I have one of these items. Sure, once in a while it'll help me escape, but at the end of the day, I'm still dead, even if I do counterspell a knockdown or I warp stone out of there. So what you can do is basically lower the window for potential error that you can allow yourself, right? Because if you have warp stone, I could be up a little bit further than I really should be because I can warp stone out. But if I don't build warp stone ever, then I need to play in a much better position. I need to play safer. I need to have better positioning. At the end of the day, I just need to have better positioning. I played a few games where I didn't play with any of these counter buy or survival items, and I realized very quickly I am never touching these again. Because what a great way to teach yourself aggressively good positioning. If you are too far, you die, and it's guaranteed. But if you're not, you do a fuck ton of damage. It's like a training thing, and I think it's just better. You buy one counter spell, okay, somebody buys a knockdown, okay, now you're just going even with that. If they use any other abilities, you can't counter spell it. They buy two knockdowns, okay, now you're fucked, you're dead, and you're gonna need to know this positioning anyways. Now I will say that towards the end of, towards like really high elo, there might be cases where you just need to be on paper have one of these survival items. But I don't think the game's in a state where you can say that yet, because we still have players in Eternus that I see not utilizing cover whatsoever, running way too far ahead and dying when they don't need to. It's so early on that it's almost like, if you look at very early Overwatch, you'll see that people were playing like absolute shit, like silvers in the top ranks, and you look at it now, it's like holy shit, like even plat, like you got to know what you're doing in the game, compared to when the game first came out. Now I also just want to look at some clips here of kind of like myself reflecting on it. So I do this during my stream too. I play this no survival items Vindicta, and I'll kind of talk through it and like thoughts on it. So, I'll rewind this clip and you can listen. See, if I keep playing though, this with like no like counter spell, no like crazy survival items, no warp stone, nothing, then I learn better positioning, just forcing myself to do it. And you'll see right here, you can see literally, it's funny, I say that, I see Graves on the map, and I see Mirage like right here. I think I knew about the Mirage because I could just hear him. It's already a 2v1, and here I am, I sit down and I pick up the urn and I go deeper into their territory, and then I go to the jump pad, like I'm stunned, and somebody else rotates. Now it's just a 3v1. I mean, I guess Rem's also on me. Like that right there is never gonna matter if I have counterspell, warpstone, whatever. That was just like actually abysmal positioning by me. And I mean, maybe with counters for the warp when I get out, but then it's reinforcing this terrible play. Like, why the fuck would I ever do that? And so it requires me to think ahead a lot more too before I make these decisions. So, and we'll take a look at another one. So also another bad habit I have on Benedicta is when I fly, like, really? I only need to be exactly where I am in this clip right here to shoot everybody I need to. I only need to be right here, but watch how much further I go out. Which then allows this Mirage to shoot at me, allows a knockdown to be placed on me, and then if I literally just stayed here right where I started the fly, I would have been fine. But instead I just like walked way too far forward, and this knockdown, instead of it hitting me and how I bounced off the map geometry right there, I could have bounced near my team. Much higher chance of survival there. Just because of literally those tiny micro decisions. Nah, bro. Does it make a huge difference? And right there, Counterspell would have saved me. Warpstone would have saved me. But if I built them, then I'm never learning this sort of thing. Okay? And I totally get it that like there's gonna be unavoidable situations where it would have helped you. But I would argue that, why are we arguing for that case? You know, we should be arguing for the case of why would you want to spend your money on an item when you could really just drastically improve your game sense by just not building these items that are getting you out of these sticky jams. Especially when stamina mastery was built on literally everyone, which I think it's kind of still doing this at. When Graves was, what is it, maybe like a month ago, Graves? I can't remember where she was, but I never built stamina on her. And you know what? It made it so that when I had my 2 stamina, I was using it better. I was trying to wall jump more, I was heavy meleeing more, because I just didn't have much to work with. But then as soon as I buy stamina mastery, now I'm just not doing any of the movement. It's like, well, shit. So there's a lot of things about buying these items which are like crutches when you don't necessarily need them. And if you don't buy them, you can really just, I think, slingshot your skills so quickly up to higher and higher ranks because you're not buying things that are, you know, excusing your really bad mistakes. And it forces you to think more and to get better game sense, which in this game, it doesn't fucking matter how good your aim is or any of that. It's actually all positioning and game sense of where you are, when you are, what are you taking fights, whatever. It's 100% that. 100%. Holding her charge shot? Yeah, I mean, I guess nobody would really like that'd be like a... Here, like, I mean, playing for anybody. Like that. I mean, how long do I see this? Boom, I see the paradox. I should be getting the fuck out. That'd be like a complaint for anybody. But instead, I just hold S and I don't move at all, and I'm just instead dead. There was, if somebody started shooting me and doing a ton of damage, where I was by those base guardians, there was like, I was like 2 seconds away from cover when I should have been like a quarter of a second away from cover. There was no reason for me to be out that far from cover. If I was just peeking around the corner, I would have been able to accomplish everything that I was even doing in this. I would have been clear the wave and poke him a little bit. Again. And if this one, I don't think any survivability items, unless I counterspelled the paradox swap. But, again, another thing, I fucking hate Lash as a character. I think he's goddamn amazingly giga broken. And I was banning him for a bit, and now I'm like, okay, I'm not banning him. And you know what? I'll fucking play around. He needs to use the environment to get the kills. He needs to see me to throw his ult off. If I see his ult is up, I'm playing around the environment. And you know what? The character is actually kind of fucking dog shit if you play in that way. If you play smart against him. And because I would just buy items that would negate when he would fuck me, I'm like, well, let me not get fucked in the first place. And here, like, what is this? I could have gotten out with this based on the response time coming to this, because I took the first join and then I walked over here. Maybe I could have gotten out of that with like magic carpet or something, but I didn't look at respawn. And they were respawning? What is that? What am I actually doing there? And yeah, and I mean, part of it is also playing Sinclair a lot, like kind of fucked me over because he's so slippery, and then it's like, oh, I can just get out of anything. No. But yeah, so that's why on Vindicta, and you could probably extend this argument to more characters, I'm not buying any of these fucking items. I will never fucking buy them. Because it's going to aggressively teach me positioning. There are some cases where you'd be like, oh, well, it technically could have saved you. But I would also argue there's also another aspect where your better game sense, you could predict you're going to get jumped. You're going to know that they're going to look for you. Oh, I'm getting dove by Paradox every fight. Okay, I'm going to wait to join the fight, and she's just going to be fucking looking for me. But I have higher range than her. I can still do more. So there's like always a case for you to play better without buying one of these items that is just going to delay your death. Because that's really what it is. When you get jumped on Vindicta, you're dead. These are just delaying your death. That's all they are. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this kind of a video. I hope you thought it was interesting. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you think it's the best thing you've ever heard, you think I'm an idiot and you think I should die, fucking tell me in the comments. I want to hear it all. But I think I've really struck gold with this sort of thinking, and I think that if we get a lot of people to do this kind of thinking or to play like this, we're really going to catapult the community's skill forward. And I mean, I don't know, I'll keep the fucking gold pile. I'll sit on it myself if I really got to, but I think that I'm really onto something here. So like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe and all that fun stuff, and I will see you guys later. Bye.